Hi everyone. Today's story about dinosaurs is all about the fossils. I can read about fossils. The author is John Howard, the same man that wrote yesterday's story, and the illustrator is Lisa Bonfort. Millions of years ago, giant creatures called dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals ruled the earth. Our planet was a very different place then. For many years, the air was warmer and much of the land was low and swampy. During that time, the swamps were filled with plant-eating dinosaurs such as Brachiosaurus and Trachodon. Fierce meat-eating dinosaurs like Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus chased after the smaller dinosaurs. Large plant-eaters like Diplodocus were also the prey of some of the meat-eaters. If they were the prey, that means that's what the meat-eaters ate. Imagine how the ground shook when Tyrannosaurus fought the three-horned plant-eater Triceratops. Long ago, even the air was filled with strange creatures, such as the flying pterodactyl. In the sea swam strange-looking fish and sea serpents with razor-sharp teeth. For more than 100 million years, the dinosaurs ruled the earth. Then they mysteriously died out. Why did they vanish from the earth? No one is sure. Some scientists think that a giant meteorite crashed into the earth, raising huge clouds of dust that blocked out the sun. Without any sun, the earth may have become too cold for the dinosaurs. Perhaps they could not adapt or change to the cooler climate. Without sunlight, plants would not have been able to grow. Then, there would not have been any food for the plant-eating dinosaurs to eat. And if the plant-eaters died out, the meat-eaters would not have food either. Although many scientists believe birds are related to the dinosaurs, none of the ancient dinosaurs are alive today. Yet we know a lot about these creatures. We know what many of them look like, what they ate, and where some of them lived. But how do we know these things? The dinosaurs left us clues. Can you guess what the clues were? These clues were called fossils. Fossils are bones, teeth, footprints, and impressions of animals and plants that lived a long time ago. Those things have been hardened in rocks. Fossils are usually found in sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are rocks like sandstone, shell, and limestone. They are formed when mud, sand, clay, and minerals pile up in layers. These layers are pressed together for millions of years, and eventually they turn into rock. When the dinosaurs died, many of them sank to the bottom of the swamps and rivers. They existed a long time ago. In time, all that was left of these dinosaurs were their bones. The bones were covered with layers of mud and sand that later turned to rock. A paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils. Paleontologists are like detectives. They follow the clues that solve the mystery of the dinosaurs. Fossils are the keys to unlocking these secrets of the past. Knowing where to look for fossils is important. But even when scientists know where to look, fossils are not always easy to find. It can take days, months, and years of searching to find even the smallest of fossils. Sounds like a lot of hard work to find fossils. A fossil hunter must carefully remove layers of rock with a strong steel hammer and a chisel. Or if the stone around the fossil is crumbly, a brush may be used. A small bone might be found right away. That bone is carefully wrapped in tissue paper or newspaper to protect it. Then the search continues. One bone means that others might be hidden nearby. Sometimes, if fossil hunters are lucky, they find an entire skeleton. But most of the time, they find only small pieces, which must be put together like the pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle. Scientists are not the only people who find fossils. Almost 200 years ago in England, a 12-year-old girl found something very strange. It was the complete skeleton of a 7-foot-long creature trapped in rock. It looked as if it were part fish and part lizard. Scientists decided to call it the ichthyosaurus, which means fish lizard. Thanks to that young girl's discovery, today we have a good idea of how the ichthyosaurus might have looked. The same girl later discovered 2 other fossil skeletons. One was a sea serpent called the plesiosaurus. The other was a flying reptile called a pterosaur. That one looks like a pterodactyl. One of the most exciting fossil treasures was found in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. Nestled among sandstone rocks was an entire nest of dinosaur eggs. The eggs belonged to the oviraptor dinosaur. Skeletons of this ostrich-sized creature are often found in the flaming cliffs. Oviraptor's eggs were shaped like potatoes, and each was about 8 inches long. Inside were the fossilized remains of the baby dinosaurs. New fossils are being found all the time. They continue to tell us many things about the Earth, but there is still so much to learn. Only time will tell all of the answers. Meanwhile, the search for answers and fossils continues. And that's all for today.